you see right here, this is an old notebook of mine, and I got inspired recently to just kind of just read through it, go through some pages, and like I'm just thinking like back on some of these like memories and stuff like that, and it makes me wonder like how do I think about these things now, and so that's what this video is about to be, and so this is from September 5th, 2021. So this is right before I turned 21. I can't remember exactly what life was like at that time, but I mean, I'm sure I was like more, uh, maybe probably like naive, probably less like assertive, like for myself, probably less opinionated, I would say. So I'm curious to see what I got going on right here. So this is titled, this is probably gonna be titled video. It's titled "The Problem with Dating." All right, the problem with dating, it's not worth it. I guess I had to explain why. In our modern society, the dating damn, hold on, y'all. In our modern society, the dating scene is easier than ever to get into. With apps like Tinder, Hinge, and Bumble, just to name a few, you can have a date set up within just a few minutes without even getting out of your bed. While yes, this can my writing, I ain't gonna lie, my writing's kind of hit or miss. While yes, this concept is amazing, it does have its drawbacks. Just like many other apps, these dating apps feed into your addiction. Not that you have an addiction for dating apps, or at least I hope not. However, your addiction for excitement and chance. You can fall into the trap of trying to talk to and or get with as many girls or guys as possible. And what does this take away from? You and your time. We get caught up with all this pleasure that we don't even consider what we're spending our time on. A lot of people jump into dating without even really knowing who they are as a person. Now, I'm not saying you can't go on dates. I actually think dates are quite healthy and natural. However, they shouldn't be a priority for you. They should come along naturally on your journey of life and discovering yourself. I also feel like knowing who you are as a person will also make your dating life more enjoyable and easier for you. Knowing who you are and what you like will allow you to watch. Well, my writing, bro. Will allow you to know your worth and what you allow and accept. It will also let you be proud of the things you're interested in. Being proud of who you are and what you like will lead you to realize that not everybody's gonna like you. You might really hit it off with some people, and maybe others you might not vibe with as much, and that's completely fine. There is no way you could talk to all 7 billion people on this planet. Okay, I don't know why I really like it. There's no way you could talk to all 7 billion people on this planet. And let's say you could. Do you really think you would vibe with every single one of them? It's great to have that type of confidence, but it's just not going to happen. One last problem I also have is that dating apps really take away from the connection or vibe they can have with someone you randomly meet in person. When you're talking to someone in person, you have the advantage of being able to feel their energy and see how invested they are into the conversation. And that's where this entry ends. There's like a lot. I mean, there's a lot of things I could say about. Damn, I just lost. Wait, hold on. Like say about it, obviously, because I mean, dating is just like such an easy topic to talk about. Um, One thing that I really resonate with is there's 7 billion people in the world, and you're not gonna vibe with everyone. And I think that if there was a person who could vibe with literally everyone, they wouldn't be they wouldn't be satisfied with themselves because there's just too many people to say that you're gonna like everybody. It's just not really possible. And not saying that you have to hate anyone. I'm saying like if you really made yourself try to get along with everybody, you wouldn't be living your own life. You'd be living for other people. Um, and that's just one thing that's like it's just not recommended. Well, I wouldn't say just because it's like it just doesn't feel healthy for you. Um, and it's really just not authentic. And I think that's where I really have grown a lot, I would say, from this point back in 2021 is like, I think you really do yourself a disservice in dating, and not even just dating, but in the world in general. Um, if you aren't yourself, because at the end of the day, it's like if you don't live to be yourself, you're never gonna be satisfied with wherever your life takes you. Like no matter what, you're just not gonna feel truly comfortable. Just because it's like, is it really your life that you created if you like just cut off like parts of yourself just to please others? You know what I mean? And I think it's just something that you can really take not only to dating but just into the world in general. Looking back on some of the other things, I do agree with most of this still. I mean, I do think like dating apps aren't like, they're not like completely unhealthy. It's more so like I think we rely on them too much. Um, and I'm saying all this like I'm not like excluding myself from any of this. Like a lot of this applies to me still. Like I still like got shit to grow from. Um, but I think a lot of us like kind of rely on dating apps a lot. Maybe not women. I would say women don't really need dating apps. I'm speaking more so on men. Like a lot of men kind of fall into dating apps, which is like kind of get stuck in this like cycle of like trying to find something from dating apps. So it's like dating apps can really only give you so much in terms of like you can build connections from them. I've seen it happen. It is possible. Um, but it shouldn't be the only thing you're doing. I ain't gonna lie, my camera's about to die, so I'm probably gonna charge it. But it shouldn't be the only thing that you're doing. It should be like a supplement or like something else to add. I do think like you're most likely gonna find something realer, at least, in like in person. So I'm gonna stop my thought right there because my camera's gonna die. I don't know how long I have left, so let me charge it. All right, I'm back. So another point I wanted to add to the last thing I was talking about, which was dating apps being like more of a supplement to actually meeting people in real life, is that also it's kind of like funny to think about like back in the day before electronics and stuff. The amount of people you meet is like, well, let me phrase that. You meet a lot of people every day. You just don't talk to a lot of people every day. The amount of people you talk to on a daily basis, like back in like I don't know the 90s, like I mean even before the 90s, let's say like the 70s and stuff, like it can't be that high. Like I didn't live it, so I can't say what it was like, but just having the ability to talk to like however many people you want to in a day is just like it can be a bit overstimulating, and it's kind of just unnatural because it's like, let's say you were to talk to like I don't know 20 people in a day. How many of those conversations do you think were actually like purposeful to yourself or meaningful to you? I doubt it'd be that many. And I think like the problem with that is just the ability to have so many conversations with so many different people just kind of devalues the art of like the worth of a conversation in general. Um, I feel like when it happens less often, it's more like is more kind of has more meaning off the rip because it's like if you have like less of it, that probably means like there's more of a reason as to why you're having that conversation. But I mean that's a whole different topic that I think kind of. I mean I'm sure I could probably break this down into like multiple videos. Um, but last thing I do want to touch on is just I think a lot of people, which I mean, including myself, like I've done this quite a bit. It's just like a lot of people just go into dating without really like knowing what they like or even what they value in relationships or just life in general, which obviously, that takes time and it takes living. But I think since it does take time, I do think you should allow yourself that time to kind of learn more. Which I mean, some of those things kind of just happen naturally with dating. So maybe there is like some reason for, you know, uh, a lot of like the, let's say like talking stages that might have failed, or like just like situationships that might have not been what you wanted. Like there's meaning in all of that. Like I feel like every situation you put yourself in, you can learn something from it. I think that's just like something that people tend to forget, is like some people kind of look towards relationships as it's gonna be a solution to things in their own life that they maybe haven't unpacked yet. I do think it's possible to still grow and unpack whatever things you have going on in your life and be in a relationship. It's just like you have to make sure you actually focus on that and have the time for yourself to do that. And I think sometimes a lot of people just kind of just skip over the part of working on themselves or working on whatever they need to, and just go straight to a relationship, which isn't always obvious. Sometimes it can work out, but if you don't have the awareness to make it work out, then it's just not gonna work. But I don't know. It's just like some of the things I be thinking about a lot. I ain't gonna lie. I be thinking about just like the dating world a lot. Just because like I mean, just online a lot. And I do think it's like a very interesting talking point, and it's something I'm always interested in talking about. So maybe I'll make more videos about it in the future. But I do think at the end of the day, the one thing I would say, if you leave anything from this video, I would say remember to just always be your authentic self, because I think being authentic is something that's a bit lost in today's time. So hey man, be you type shit. Like as corny it is, like you just gotta be you, like unapologetically at the end of the day. So if y'all want more of these type of videos, let me know. Hopefully I'll try to have my thoughts a bit more gathered next time. But hey man,